Good morning. My name is Maria DeStore, and I go live on Tuesday mornings to share advice and tips on how you can disrupt your traditional career path to create meaningful work that works for you and not the other way around. Have you ever felt like the traditional career path is just not fitting your life anymore? Do you want more flexibility, freedom, autonomy, and money? Of course. You have done your time. You have put in decades of work. You have got your education, you have your network, and all of these things can be repackaged into your next big thing. I work with clients just like you, and today I want to share the story of Kristen. She graduated with a finance degree and worked in the high stress, high paced world of banking for a decade. She did all the things right. She climbed that ladder, but she found herself being burnt out and just wondering, what am I doing with my life? And so she made one of the biggest moves of any client I've ever worked with. She quit her banking career and started an energy and healing business. And because she was a finance professional, she was responsible. She had a runway, she had a plan. But when she found her way to me, she was experiencing some difficulties. It isn't always easy to choose this different path. She said, I don't know what I was thinking. Things were going really well. I was signing up clients and they were giving me great feedback, but it just wasn't growing fast enough. And my financial runway was running out. And so I took a $20 an hour job just to lengthen that runway and help me feel a little more financially secure. Well, what happens is when you pick up those extra hours, it decreases the time that you can actually work on what you're building. And you just get stuck in this pattern, in this spiral. When she connected with me, we talked about how she could reframe and rebuild. And I took her through my proven 5-step career invention process for people who want to elevate their careers and their lives with no apologies and no limits. Let me tell you what happened. When we worked with Chris, we figured out a portfolio of work that she could do using those higher level finance skills that paid the bills, but still allowed her that time and flexibility to build that passion project of the energy and healing business. She found that right mix and was making that meaningful impact on the world that was missing in that banking career. So what is a portfolio of work and how does it get you to where you want to go? It's when you do, instead of a full-time job, you do multiple income streams that align with your skills, your passions, your goals, and the needs. Would it surprise you if I pointed out that you may have already started building a portfolio career? Do you have a job and a rental property or an Airbnb? Do you have a job plus a side hustle? Do you eBay, Etsy, you rent out your couch, whatever it is? Do you do consulting work on the side? Do you do Upwork or Fiverr? Do you get private clients? Consider a stay-at-home mother who runs a daycare and has pampered chefs. This is more common than you think. And if you have been continually contributing to retirement accounts consistently over decades, then there's probably potential there to generate some cash flow or income through dividend stocks. But that's outside my zone of genius. Go ahead and call your financial advisor. Is your head spinning right now? Today, I'm going to lay out the first few steps of what you could take to build a portfolio career. And I'm going to start with what I feel is the most important step, and that is knowing your numbers. Can you tell me right now? What is your net worth? How much do you need for retirement? What big expenses do you have coming up? Are you paying for college, weddings, caregiving, whatever it is? You have to know your numbers. How much do you need to make in 2 years, 6 years, and 10 years? Because when you know your numbers, then you know what your work has to support. Step 2, assess your current skills and experience. I'm not living in la la land here. What skills do you have that will pay the bills, and how can you package them into these separate little portfolios that will then equal that pool of money that you need to reach the goals that you identified in step 1? What do you want a day in your life to look like? And how do you want to work remotely? Do you want to have that employee job? Do you want passive income streams? Don't let those voices in your head or society or the people around you keep you from dreaming during this step. I know someone who races sailboats for a living. Let's talk about Kristen and her energy healing business. People are doing really fun and cool things, but you won't get there if you don't let yourself even dream about it. All right. Step 3 is, now that you understand how you might have these different pools of experience, skills, and desire and dreaming, how can you turn those into income streams? And what order do you put them into your income streams? For instance, what's the timeline of implementation? Usually the thing that can happen the fastest is getting a job or maybe getting some contract clients. That can happen pretty quickly. Time to revenue generation. If you're starting a business and it's going to take construction and all this time, and then you open your business, we know businesses don't make money the first year or second year, or sometimes even into the third year. So consider that time to revenue generation when you're ordering these different portfolios of work. What are the associated upfront costs? How can you get money coming in quickly so that then you can use that money to then build that next thing? What is the projected income? This is all about, do you need that employee job or those contracts that get you money right away? What is the risk level of these things? If you know what you need to make, let's figure out the things that you know will yield those levels of income before you start building the more risky things, which of course have the possibility and opportunity for greater reward. But you need to have a roof over your head and you need to be able to pay your bills. So when you're ordering how you roll out this portfolio, consider the risk level. And then step 4, now is when you can envision that ideal portfolio career and understand your needs, build those components, consider the risk profile. Oh my gosh, is this a lot? I am here to help. I invite you to schedule your complimentary skill, and we're going to investigate your skills, your complimentary career exploration call. You will leave with some of these steps planned out for you. Connect with me. I will put the link for the call in the chat and in the show notes. I look forward to connecting with you and talking about how you can build your portfolio career. And I invite you to join me next week live on LinkedIn, where I will share ideas and tips for how you can get rid of those hidden saboteurs that are keeping you grounded and stuck where you are right now. We're going to talk about how to outsmart them. Join me. I will see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.